We'll get to that. We're still
Someday.
someday. Well, yeah, we'll do that someday. But right now we're just doing recording, putting up what we can, and continuing on and trying not to repeat ourselves
Again.
and again.
Apparently, our memories are really crap. We've been reviewing some of the recordings we've made and also remembering conversations that we have and noticing a lot of overlap. And so I'm hoping that we haven't recorded the same episode like 5 times.
If we have, then they're gonna still enjoy it because they're gonna still be watching.
We're going to have to
Because
count on our audience having the same attention span that we do.
that's why we welcome them to the Rubber Duck Syndicate.
That's right. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Because you have a short attention span and you don't know any better.
You remember on Comedy Central back in the day, they had short attention span theater? It was just clips of stand-up all the time.
I kind of remember that. So they show like the stand-ups, like if they had like a good bit that was like 2 to 3 or 5 minutes, they would just show that and then like keep moving on, and they just kind of show other ones back to back to back.
Yeah, stand-up highlight reels.
Yeah, it was actually kind of good for them to do that because if you didn't want to watch like someone's like their full special at that time, you're like, okay, I can't commit to half an hour special. Let me see some of their jokes. So if I want to go back, I can go back and watch this and see their special and see what they're about.
Yeah, that's how I learned about a lot of comedians back in the day.
Yeah, because it gives you good exposure. Because it's like, oh, I like this particular comic, their joke, and they did this. Oh, that's funny. And then you're still watching. Another comic comes on, they have a funny joke. You're like, I haven't heard of this person. Let me watch them. Let me watch their stuff.
And also, comedians are like, wait a minute, you want to take my best material that everyone likes, just that, and you want to put it on national television? All right.
Yeah, it was essentially TikTok, YouTube Shorts, all the stuff for media now. Prior to having the access on your phone before that, so
It was TikTok on TV.
there used
Only
to be,
fewer like random dancing girls.
people enjoy those dancing girls every so often because they're learning the dance moves. They're like, I want to learn how to dance like this woman.
Yes, that's why I watch dancing girls on the internet, is to learn the dance moves.
That's why everyone's watching them. They're like,
Yes.
I'm gonna watch this video 20 to 30 times in a row to watch this girl dance so I can learn their dance move. Did you learn the dance move? I can't get it, but my hand is short tired. Or whatever they're using. It's masturbation I'm talking about. People masturbate to unconventional stuff.
Wait a minute, dancing girls are unconventional?
I guess so.
We've been doing it wrong since the dawn of time, apparently.
You might have. I don't know.
I don't know, maybe you know some new technique.
No, just old-fashioned techniques, I guess. But there are people out there who, I guess, with access to the internet, they have access to a lot of different things out there, and they're really about watching whatever they want to watch. They're like, I want to watch this to get themselves off or do whatever they're going to be doing. I can't tell what you're going to be doing. You're going to be doing it on your own. I can't control what you do.
Yeah, because there's going to be a certain portion of our audience that remembers what it was like to try and watch scrambled porn on cable.
Kids, I want to tell you about the channels we used to, like the things we used to go through.
It was difficult being a teenager in the 90s.
Just to try to get a glimpse of a naked person. We would go to a channel, so you would have cable boxes. We had cable boxes back then. If you don't know what that is, look it up. We had cable boxes and you go to the higher channels. If you did not pay for them, they would be scrambly, fuzzy, whatever it was. But every once in a while, you would get a glimpse of a belly button, a boob, a butt cheek.
It could have been any of these things.
All the B's, all the B letter words. Because they're like bellies, butt cheeks, boobs, maybe a ball sack. Whatever it was, you would get a glimpse of it. and it would be glorious because you're like, I've been waiting my whole life for this.
I've beaten the system.
And you've beaten something else too.
I was talking about masturbation again,
Yes.
folks.
Yes.
Yeah.
I am that.
Speaking of abrupt segues, let's talk about anything but this.
Okay.
All right.
You know what? I'm going to talk about something that I thought about the last couple days. And it's about someone who died. All right. Now, just stick with me. It's about someone who died and their impact on the world. And how much of an impact it was on the world and how it affected us. I'm talking about Morgan Spurlock, the guy who did the documentary on
where he
Supersize
ate
Me.
McDonald's for like a month.
Yeah. So after that, McDonald's was like, oh, we're going to take away the Supersize Me option because you can get like an extra large fry for like a nickel. They were like, oh, if you got like a medium meal, they were like, oh, would you like to upsize it, supersize it for... It was the equivalent of like 25 cents or something like that. That was ridiculous. You would get a mound of fries. You get I would say, a tub of cola. And you would still get your like Big Mac or whatever it was. All for about $6 at that time. Like it was enough. Like it was enough fries that like I would eat it. I would have to throw some fries away because I was full on fries.
Weakling.
Yes, I know.
I ate all the damn fries.
I would try to. Like most of the time I would, but then sometimes you're like, these are too many fries. This is too much. But it was also a great deal because like, oh, you want to supersize that? Cool. Here's an extra quarter. Here's 12 pounds of French fries for you. But that old so when he did that documentary, you know, McDonald's took that away because they're like, oh, we care about people's health. They don't care about people's health. They took that away. They also took away the glorious times where you would go on. I think it was like Wednesday and Thursdays. It would have 29-cent or 39-cent hamburgers or cheeseburgers.
Yeah, I remember they used to do that was a long time ago. That was like 20 years since they've done that.
Yeah, I know, but like that documentary came out about 20 years ago too.
You're right.
So essentially what our family did, like when we were still in the household, like on that Wednesday or Thursday, my mom would have like $20.
Yeah, you could shove an armful of the burgers.
We would get like the max amount of burgers that you could. So like the max amount of cheeseburgers. So I think it was like 20. We'd get like 4 things of fries. We already had stuff to drink at home. And she would be able to feed, essentially, like in our household, we would have anywhere from like the lowest would be maybe like 5 people up to maybe 10 people living in the house because my mom was also a foster mother. So she will be able to feed everyone for like less than $20 on a going out meal. Instead of like cooking and she didn't feel like it, she's like, hey, you know what? Get McDonald's. And she would do it in like segments. So like I would go in or somebody would go in, get like 20 cheeseburgers in there. She'd go through a drive-thru, get the 20 cheeseburgers that way. And then like, order the fries and everything.
It's like y'all were beating the casino.
I'm telling you, so we are so resourceful.
Easy for you to say.
I know. Because we were trying to, like so much being the system, we would just kind of know what we need to do. We were like, oh, someone goes to the drive-thru, someone goes in, they're not going to check. They're not going to be like, they're riding with that person. No burgers for you. Boo this person. They're not doing that. They don't care. They didn't care at the time.
Yeah, they were probably never paid enough to care, but I mean, I think they probably only really enforced that if you came as like, give me 200 cheeseburgers, please.
Yeah, but they also set the limit of like, you only get 20, but if you got in line and you were like talking to the person behind you, you're like, this is my spouse, they would be like, yeah, you guys can't do that. But someone's going to drive-thru, one person's inside, how they're going to know? They have no idea. So they weren't really enforcing it at that time.
Way to stick it to that clown, though.
Yeah. Fuck you, Ronald. That clown has killed millions of people.
Killed more people than Pennywise, hasn't it?
Yeah. That's a much scarier clown than Pennywise. But
We're being, real deep here, folks.
yeah, because guess what? We're going to talk about killer clowns from outer space.
That is a fantastic segue, and I'm glad you did that.
Yay!
Yeah, I remember the killer clowns from outer space. I remember being unnerved by it as a kid. It wasn't so much that it was scary as it was just kind of wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of like you watch and you're like, okay, yeah, people have a fear of clowns. I understand it. This just amplified it by 20.
Yeah, like everything that makes you uneasy around clowns, imagine that's baked into the character, and also they're literally out to get you.
Yeah, and it wasn't just one or two clowns. No, it was initially, I think, like 4 or 5 clowns that landed, and then they were going to do the alien invasion, and then maybe a couple hundred more showed up. If I'm remembering this correctly.
I remember it differently. I remember that, like the alien spaceship, which looked like a circus tent, landed, disguised cunningly in an actual circus.
Yeah.
And then, like, there was 4 or 5, maybe 5 or 6, horrible alien clowns that came out, and they were, catching people and killing people. They were killing people for no fucking reason. Just killing them in, like, horribly creative clownish ways. Like one guy was there was a security guard that they threw pies at. They just covered him in like cream pies, but it turns out the pies were like horrible corrosive acid, and so all you had left was the bones of the security guard. And then there was they ran a guy off the road just cause.
Yeah. Just because.
But they were collecting people because they were turning them into like these weird cotton candy cocoon things, and so they were like drinking people with a crazy straw from the cocoons.
I remember that because they were just poking and they like just start sucking the blood out, and then just kind of dry. But like the one that I would still remember was the sheriff that was in the sheriff's office caught a clown. I don't know why they put handcuffs on this clown, put the clown in jail, but before they shut the gate, he like hit him with the nightstick on the back of the head. As he was cuffed, the clown's head did a 360. A 180. My bad.
Yeah.
Did a 180. Looked at the guy. He just proceeded to lock the jail like nothing was going to happen. Motherfucker, you just seen someone do a 180 with their head and still lived. And you think everything is fine. But, he got turned into a puppet afterwards because the clown killed him. And I'm not sure where he put his hand. He put it somewhere, like in his back or something, and we just kind of had him like a clown, had him talking.
Yeah, I remember that. And now I'm going to have trouble sleeping, thanks.
You're welcome. Well, you already have trouble sleeping.
This is true, yeah.
Don't try to blame it on me.
I was blaming it on the movie. But,
oh, yeah, go and blame it on the movie.
Yeah, but no, it's also you.
Oh, well. you can blame me for a lot of different things. Yeah. It's okay. It's
racism.
Yeah, it's my fault.
I got nothing. I can't move forward with this joke.
Yeah, you can't. You
I committed and I got nothing left.
You backed yourself into a corner. I was going to just let you stay there.
I know. And I could see it in your eyes. Let's see how long he twists it, this one. So I'm acknowledging that I got nothing else on this joke, folks.
Yeah, it's also just a joke, folks. Yeah. It's okay. We're we acknowledge that racism is still out there. It's still a thing, and it can't really be solved in small increments, or it can be. I don't know.
Didn't we solve it on one of our previous episodes?
We did, but it came back like threefold. So that's what happened.
Sorry, folks.
Yeah,
it was only a stopgap measure. Our podcast ending racism.
We tried, because we have our dynamic here to try to stop racism, also to stop homophobia, but apparently it's not sticking. You guys have to do your part too. So make friends with if you're a white male, make friends with a black gay. Try it with a woman too, black gay woman. Get you a black gay woman as your friend. Make her your best friend. And you guys have so much shit in common you wouldn't even know. It's going to be awesome. Because, yeah, I would say do that. But also, I want to point out something. Yes, if you're watching right now, I do not have my, signature beard. I'm doing interviews.
That was your signature?
Yes. What?
I I don't know. Of all the things to guess that would be your signature, the beard would not have come first.
Hey, what
I'm not going to answer that question. It just wasn't the beard.
Oh, because I'm fat?
Yes.
Oh, damn it. I thought I was hiding it with layers of clothing.
No, we're just big boned.
All right.
The song of our people.
I do have a message for our fellow big people out there. You're not big boned. You're fat. Just admit it. It's okay. It is 2025. Just admit that you're fat. And you can say you have a thyroid problem. There are people out there that have thyroid problems or other issues. But if you're fat, just admit you're fat. Just go with it. It's okay. It's fine. Just admit you're fat.
Yeah, I myself have a drive-through condition.
Yeah, I guess you do.
Like, my fat can be directly traced back to the drive-through.
Yeah, it could be. Mine is due to laziness. I will wholeheartedly admit that, where I was like, I will eat something and I will not move, like, pretty much afterwards.
So the next step is we're going to need a volunteer to chase O around the block after every meal.
No, you won't do that, because then I'll just go dead body. I'll just lay on the ground like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, you can't make that joke anymore, dude.
Why?
Because you've almost died at least once.
Well, twice or 3 times, really.
Yeah.
You know, you don't know about some of it, so...
Yeah,
okay.
he's almost died several times and kept it a fucking secret.
Mostly a secret, but like I only can keep that secret for so long. You know, like if I'm missing in the hospital for like a week and a half, yeah, maybe some people are gonna notice.
It's your own fault for having friends, though.
I know. You guys care and shit.
Yeah, we suck.
I know. You guys are just terrible. You're like all coming to see me and bring flowers and caring about my well-being and stuff. So inconsiderate.
Yeah, we're selfish like that.
I know. You know, like, you guys just want stuff from me. It was my signature beard, wasn't it? You guys, it's like, it's
Where'd it go?
It's gone now. Now it's just chubby cheeks.
Yeah, it's like I'm always nervous whenever I trim or shave my beard, because like I know that it looks like scruffy right now because I've been neglecting it. But when I do trim it up, or if I shave it down and get back to the mustache, or go barefaced again, then I have this nagging fear that, like, what I used to think of as like my turkey neck, like the little bit that shows how much older I've gotten and how overweight I am, that dangles here. I'm afraid that I'm gonna get rid of the hair here, and then it's gonna be like down to my belly button.
I can understand that fear, but like from looking at right now, like it's not going to be
Like,
bad at all.
the hair is holding it up.
Yeah, okay.
It's structural hair.
Now, question: are you going to be doing your holiday gig?
Yes, possibly for the last time this year, because we're having a hard time recruiting new members to our singing force. So I find that kind of surprising. Maybe I can recruit through here. If you are in the Charlotte area and can read music and sing, and would like to have a gig where you dress up as a Charles Dickens type character and sing Christmas carols in quartets, which is a paid gig, hit me up, and maybe we can find something.
Yeah. Please try it.
Yeah.
Like, it might not. Well, hopefully you can have this out by then. Yeah.
If we don't have this out before Christmas, then we should just pack it in.
Well, we could, but I'm pretty sure we'll have it out before then.
What we're going to do is we're just going to keep recording podcast episodes forever and never broadcast them. This is going to be like a historical archive of the two of us.
Yeah, we're recording ourselves to make sure that, like, say, so we know what we're
future generations will have our records.
Yeah, they're like, we don't know about VHS and VCRs, and we're like, hey, we got you.
Yeah, it was a box you put the thing in, and then you watched porn. I'm sure there was more to it than that.
There was more to it, but that's primarily what people were watching.
Yeah, we should probably have some sort of analysis of the topics that we cover in all of our episodes, and do like a plotted on some kind of chart. So we talk about 3 things: we talk about porn, movies, and I don't know, what's the third thing? We have a third thing.
Our
food. We talk about food.
I was going to say our failures.
Oh, and those can be related to the first 3.
God, don't make it so real, man. Too real, too soon.
Well, folks, we're relatable as hell now, aren't we?
Yeah, we really are. But, well, we do talk about a lot of different things, but I don't think we talked about the movie that we saw, was it last week or the week before?
I mean, Grizzly 2?
Yes.
Oh, that was 2 weeks ago, yeah.
Okay. Did we talk about that?
We did not.
Oh.
We've been saving this for you, folks.
Oh, my goodness, folks. I believe it is on Amazon Prime. Oh, no, it was on Netflix.
It was on one. I think it might have been on both of them. We found it on several services, but it was like for free on one, or it was like for the already included price that you pay for whatever service on one.
All right, so there's a movie out there.
Look around.
Yeah, called Grizzly 2.
Which logically is the sequel to Grizzly 1, or just Grizzly, but we didn't watch the original because why would we?
Yeah, there was no reason. Like, I saw the trailer for Grizzly 2, which has Charlie Sheen. Wait, no, was it Charlie Sheen?
It was Charlie Sheen.
Charlie Sheen.
And Laura Dern.
Laura Dern.
And I can't remember the third one. There was a third very famous actor.
George Clooney.
It was George Clooney, that's right.
Those three stars were in Grizzly 2.
Yeah, this was before any of them had become the big stars, so this was when they were all just... They probably like took an acting class together and ended up getting this gig from like a Craigslist ad or whatever Craigslist was in the 80s.
Well, I think they might just did the acting class and then
this might have been a student film.
It might have been a student film, or like say like the acting class. Like when they do acting classes, they probably have like producers that come around. They were like, "Hey, we're looking for young talent, maybe, and can you recommend anyone?" They did those names, and folks, you will not be disappointed. Because you will be severely disappointed in everything about this movie.
Yeah, like this movie, we have not seen the original version of the movie because the version we saw was someone has clearly bought the rights to this movie because they discovered this hidden gem that has these three huge names in it. And so they've recut the movie and changed the sequence of things, and they've moved the like 4.5 minutes where these three characters are actually in the movie to the very beginning, which makes zero sense as far as the plot goes. And then they've filled in the blanks with other random wildlife footage, which is in super HD compared to the like grainy VHS quality of the original. Yeah. And then like pictures from or footage from European concerts, like there's some like Swedish band or something that's playing.
Yeah, it's amazing because like what they cut in, like say aside from the nature shots, they put in footage of other grizzly bears. Now, with this other footage of grizzly bears, they show them, playing around doing grizzly bear shit. But then they show them getting shot. Not actually shot by a gun. They do a gun sound and then put a graphic of a gunshot on the bear.
No, it was a whole bullet. It wasn't just like the bullet. It was the bullet plus the casing, which apparently the whole bullet goes flying out of the gun when you fire it in this movie.
Yeah.
And so it magically shot across the scene in slow motion, and then there was a spatter of blood, and we inferred that there was a dead bear because of it.
Yeah, a couple of dead bears, because I guess they shot the baby bears.
I think it was just one baby bear.
Oh.
That was the plot. So this gigantic mother grizzly bear goes on a rampage because some poacher randomly killed her baby bear.
Yes.
Only they've cut in footage of other baby bears playing unaccompanied by other adults, so we can assume they're like, there's other bear cubs out there, so maybe she had more, maybe they're just extras. I don't know.
Who knows?
But we never actually see the bear in the movie named Grizzly 2.
That's what I was going to mention. So the whole movie is called Grizzly 2. They're chasing after this essentially monstrous grizzly bear by Bouchard.
Bouchard, who was played by John Rhys Davies.
Yes.
Who has this like horrific, I don't know, I think it's supposed to be like French Canadian, but yeah, his accent is, it is somebody phoning it in the 80s is what his accent is.
Yeah, he was trying his best because I'm pretty sure they told him to try this accent. Yeah. He never did it before. This was the first time he was doing it in this movie.
Yeah, be rugged, but can you be ignorant and French?
Yes. So the whole movie is about this grizzly bear that is out for murderous revenge. The amount of times we actually see it, I can total it to maybe I'm gonna say honestly, maybe a minute 30 of the movie. And
Were you watching a different movie? I only saw that bear for like 5 seconds, right at the very end.
like yeah, the 5 seconds at the very end. There were cuts when like when she killed the sheriff guy. There were a couple shots of like them running.
Well, there were all kinds of shots. It was like a Sam Raimi movie. They were running through the woods, and something was chasing them, but you couldn't see it because you were chasing it from the perspective of the bear.
Yes.
And so you never actually saw the bear, but there might have been like a claw prop that came down on somebody.
The claw. I was counting the claw prop.
Okay, if you're counting the claw prop, then that may be up to a minute.
Yeah, I was gonna say about like a minute, maybe 15 seconds of this, monstrous grizzly bear that's out there. It's supposed to be terrifying, but as we're watching it, we could do nothing but laugh at it because of how it was set up, how it was shot, how the audio, the video was, like how they recut this movie to put it on a streaming service so other people can watch it. And I'm like, this is so entertainingly bad.
Yeah, this movie is its own drinking game, folks.
Yes. Like, I wish we could have came up with a drinking game before it.
Oh, because we would have died.
Oh, yeah, we would have definitely died. Like, drink every time we don't see the bear.
Yeah. or drink every time we ought to see the bear, but don't. Because, every time we don't see the bear is the whole movie.
Yeah. But essentially what they did was they took the whole premise of Jaws, put it in a forest. Because there is a concert going on that the mayor wants to keep up because she wants to be in some magazine. She wants
to impress some other political people.
Yeah, she wants to impress some other political people. Guy tells her, like, hey, there is a killer bear out here. Cancel the concert.
By the way, this completely callous, unfeeling mayor that puts her political career... she might just be a mayor. She might be like the manager of the National Park Service or something like that. But like the one in charge... is played by what's her name? I think Helen Crockett, like the actress that played Nurse Ratched in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. This is an Oscar-winning actress, and she's playing this part in Grizzly 2.
Yes. Yeah, there's like actors have to do some roles where they're like, it's not their favorite role, it's not a particularly great role, but it pays their bills and gets them more notice to get into other movies.
I think this was after One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Oh, it definitely was.
I think she already had her Oscar when she did this. Like,
well, maybe when she was filming it, like in between when she was getting her Oscar. Like, so One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest was already out. She may get Oscar buzz for it. It was like, oh, I still need work. Film this at the same time. Got her Oscar while she was filming this. I'm like, oh.
So we're going to quietly bury this movie, folks, for 30 years. Yeah, a little over 30 years. Mm-hmm. And then someone's going to dig it up and recut it for streaming.
Yeah.
What's streaming? I don't know. It's the 80s.
Yeah. And then we're going to recut it so badly that it's going to not make sense because the time where Charlie Sheen, Lauren Dern, and George Clooney get killed in the movie, they weren't supposed to be like the first victims. They were supposed to be like probably the third or fourth.
Yeah, they were supposed to be like in the middle of the movie because like after they die, which is the first scene in this recut, the movie doesn't mention them for like half an hour.
Yeah, it's wild, and then the amount of people that they tried to introduce into this movie. I guess the forest guy's daughter is introduced. Like, she was just off to the stage, standing on the side. And it's like, hey, you want a job? Sure.
Which, for a white girl in the 80s, that's really how it worked.
Yeah, I think in the 80s, that's how everything worked. Yeah. Like, they would just they would come out like this. Like, hey, you need a job?
Yeah.
All right. Start working. That's how it was. That's how it was in the 80s, folks. You would actually just show up and ask for a job, and they were like, yeah, we got one. Or
I was like, I admire your gumption for bringing your resume to me in person. I'm going to give you a job, even though we're not hiring now. At least that's what our parents think.
Yeah. That's how it worked for our parents back then. They would say that like they would leave one job, walk across the street, and then get another job. Yep. And that's how it was. And now you have to go through a process of going online, see if they're posting a job, applying online.
Dig through the AI job postings.
Yes.
Get your resume and all your materials ready to try and get through the AI, screening sequence.
Yeah, you know what? We're going to get past that because people are out there doing the job thing right now, and it kind of sucks.
It does.
But what I'm going to talk about next is what I've just told Daniel about earlier today.
Are we going to wrap up the Grizzly 2 bit first? Or are we just going to, immediately jump away from that to whatever we're doing now?
Oh, we're going to it's still movie related, but
Grizzly 2, awesome, folks.
yeah, please watch it. And then
and drink heavily.
But there's another movie that's going to be coming out, I guess, soon enough that I just told you about.
Oh, yes. I'm excited about this.
The remake of Anaconda. Now, Anaconda came out early 90s. And it was, a vehicle for...
John Voight and... Was that Jennifer Lopez in that?
Jennifer Lopez was in there. John Voight was in there. Ice Cube was in there.
Ice Cube was in there. He was like the one that survived, wasn't he?
He was one of the people that survived. But yeah, Anaconda, the original Anaconda came out early 90s.
And had at least one sequel.
Yeah, it had, I think, several sequels.
Yeah.
There was like
most of them straight to video, though.
I think there were like straight to video or like straight to streaming service. So there was one called like Anaconda, like Bloodlust or something like that. That I kind of remember that came out.
Anaconda. Snakes aren't bad enough already.
But please look up the trailer for. I think it's still called Anaconda.
Yeah, or Anaconda the reboot. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a newer one.
But the trailer looks amazing. It's a totally self-aware reboot. It's like it's an exercise in meta filmmaking and fourth wall breaking, I think.
Yeah, because it has that. I would say it has that balance of it has the humor that you need, but also the frightening, scary part that you need to have a decent scary movie where it's like, okay, it could be a little bit funny, but also a little bit terrifying because you're essentially going against anacondas, which range anywhere from, I'm not even sure how like a big anaconda can actually get.
I don't know. I know that they've found very large snakes in the wild. I don't know specifically about anacondas, but I know that they have found pythons up to maybe 30 feet, maybe more than that. I don't know.
Scary as fuck, folks.
Yeah, but I feel like the ones in the movie are probably a little scarier than in real life. But
yeah.
Frankly, I would rather come up against an imaginary CGI snake than one that could actually, kill me.
True. Yeah, because the CGI ones are like, a snake head on a stick, and they just kind of put it in your face, like, be scared! Be scared!
I'm such a good actor.
Yes, you are.
Yes.
We're both good actors.
Watch us emote. Not that kind of movie, oh.
Hey, what were you thinking? Yeah, that's on you. That's your fault. Whatever you were thinking, that's on you. You don't know what
I should be ashamed of myself.
You should feel shame. Shame. I wish I had a belt so I could do that shame thing.
Oh, by the way, it took me forever to realize. So you've seen Game of Thrones with the Shame Nun, who was famous.
I have not seen Game of Thrones,
but
I'm aware of it.
You know who the Shame Nun is. Mm-hmm. Have you seen Ted Lasso?
I have not seen Ted Lasso.
Okay, the Shame Nun is like one of the most likable characters in Ted Lasso.
Okay.
Yeah, she plays the boss lady / owner, Rebecca.
Okay.
And it took me I know I've seen her somewhere before. What have I seen her in? It's the Shame Nun. Oh my God. She's the owner of a football team, European football team.
Yes.
And yeah, so it's just that trips me up.
Oh, I really need to get around to watching Ted Lasso because I heard it's very good, but also they're bringing it back.
Oh, I hadn't heard that. It is definitely like a super all-around feel-good kind of show. You feel good about yourself when you watch it. Mm-hmm. But it is also very, very full of white people. There are minority characters, but they are all on the team.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, which is probably how most of the FIFA or whatever, most of professional soccer works.
Yeah.
But they only I don't know. You get to know some of the characters on the team, but not nearly so much as you get to know the management.
Gotcha.
It's just the stories are more focused on them. So maybe I would like to see more about the team if they were to do a reboot.
And that is true. They're doing because some people they're kind of iffy about it. I guess the final season I guess because was it Jason Sudeikis?
Yeah.
Jason Sudeikis mentioned like, oh yeah, this is going to be the last season because they did like 4 seasons, I believe. He's like, oh, this is going to be last season. We're going to wrap it up. We're going to put a bow on like wrap it up nice and tight so that everything can be done. Now I guess Apple was like, hey, you want more money to do another season? Not really. Here's even more money. Sure, we'll do another season of a show that we wrapped it up.
Look at the Ted Lasso wins the lottery season.
Ted Lasso jumps a shark on a jet ski.
I would have so much respect for them if they actually did that.
I want them to do that. that has to be the opening. So it's Ted Lasso. Like I'm not even sure what happens in the show. He's just on a jet ski in the, I guess, English Canal, maybe. I don't know.
English Channel?
Yeah, there we go. He's there. And he's on jet ski, but sees the sharks. Sees the shark. Jumps over it. Yeah. Oh! Then the show starts from there.
Yeah, I would respect that.
That would be fantastic. I would love that.
Yeah.
Like, every show should start that. Like, even, like, when they reboot a show after it's been off for a number of years or any amount of time, they realize they're like, oh, you know what?
Well, I won't say, like, I won't make the same sweeping generalization because sometimes it is possible to reboot a show or revisit a show's idea and come up with something fresh and new. Like the Battlestar Galactica reboot from the early 2000s. That was, like, at least the first season was absolutely amazing. It was like, they thought through the first season, but then it became a huge hit. It's like, okay, well, 3 more seasons. Quick, write some stuff. But like it still had great production values, and even though it was a bit jangled and there was a few confusing bits in it, it was still overall pretty good.
Yes,
but it was nothing at all like the original back in the 70s.
Yeah, it was much different. But I'm also, because I'm thinking about it now, because I watched it. I know you watched it. So Starbuck, she just disappears at the end. Again. What the hell was up with that?
That's some of the confusing writing. There were a few things that just, came out of left field and didn't make any sense. Like the overall story was good, but what they did with some of the individual characters was just mystifying. And then there was like one episode where they were taking like the younger Adama character, and suddenly it didn't matter that they were in space running for their lives from killer robots. This was going to be an underground story about a casino on the ship. It's like, what? But yeah, so yeah, I will not say that the entire series did not have missteps.
Yeah.
But just on the strength of the first season alone, and then they had in every other season they had at least a few moments worthy of like that at the time were like, oh my god, did you see that? Every time whenever you met your friends the next day, so like they had a lot of those.
I couldn't think of another show that was like that where the first season was phenomenal and then they kind of went to the wayside with it. Was Heroes.
Yeah, like the first season was written by someone who had never actually read comic books, just a really good writer that happened to adopt that device.
Yeah.
And then the remaining seasons written by people who had never watched the first season, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it was very weird to watch that because like I remember when it was coming out, I was working nights. So on Thursday, like I think it was Wednesday night or Thursday night.
I forget. That was probably back when I was, being a filthy internet pirate and downloading all of my television, which I'm totally not anymore.
No, don't admit to any of that. They can still come get you. Never say you had a Napster account, okay?
What's Napster?
Yeah, exactly.
Look how innocent and nonchalant we are.
Kids, there was a thing out there called Napster. Please look it up at some point.
Yes, it makes Lars Ulrich cry.
Yeah. Anyway, so with Heroes, I remember it came out like at night, and I was working nights. So I would get home, and this would be like 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. I would go to, I think it was like abc.com to watch it on my computer that night, that morning before I went to sleep. And that would be my ritual like every morning. I was like, oh, let me stop here, maybe get some breakfast, and watch that episode of Heroes. every morning before I went to sleep.
Yeah, I remember like the first season was extraordinarily good, and
Yeah,
then they just, it's like they didn't know what to do with the hit on their hands, and they, I don't know if the original writer left or was fired, or I don't know what happened with the original writer or writing team.
Yeah, original writers
But-
or like the showrunners.
Yeah, but like whoever was in charge of the story after the first season dropped the ball.
Yeah, I think I'm not sure if they realized how big of a hit it was going to be, because they put out their premise of save the cheerleader, save the world. And then everyone was saying that. They're like, oh, we got to protect this cheerleader. Who's going after him? Oh, this person's going after him. They're eating their brains. And you find out, like, oh, he's not eating their brains. He's just cracking their skull open and touching a part of the brain. And then,
He's playing with it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
and then that was it. I'm like, oh, you're going to send Hero to Japan? Oh, and there's
an ice cream truck in the neighborhood. We might have to take a break here, folks.
Oh, I think we're actually done. Hopefully it's not, though, like Hero Clowns from Outer Space, though.
We're going to go investigate. If we never come back, we were eaten by clowns.
Yep. Bye, folks.